Amazing new sports centre under construction. Opens 2010.
Student parliament. Democracy dying. Drowning in a sea of bureaucracy.
Government plans to remove the cap of top-up fees. Angry students descend on Westminster.
Sabbatical elections finished. Once again, time for a new year.
Hi there and welcome to the University of Surrey Student News, the news programme where the postcode has no relevance, which is not the same as GU2.
I'm Matt Goodwin.
And I'm Mike Fraser.
And we are University of Surrey Student News. Our first story is on the new sports centre being built at the Varsity. Over to you, Mike.
Thanks, Matt. Many have heard of the new sports centre which is being built for completion in 2010, but so far no one really knows that much about it. We have been in contact with Director of Sports Barry Hitchcock, and he has given us some key information about the new sports centre. The new centre will drastically improve the existing facilities, with much better disabled access to the gym and other areas of the building, and a new 50-metre swimming pool will be the first in Surrey. The £24 million project will open in early 2010 and is already looking to be a major employer for students. The current sports centre employs 32 members of permanent staff and more than 80 part-time staff.
Along with the fantastic increase in indoor facilities, there will also be 8 additional grass pitches, 2 floodlit artificial pitches, 8 floodlit tennis courts, and it's adjacent to the Manor Park developments and only a 10-minute walk from the campus main entrance.
An important fact to know is that the membership fees will be more expensive for the new sports centre. However, Barry Hitchcock has stated that
there will be an increase in membership charges, but the prices will be very competitive with other universities.
Basically, this new sports centre is going to be amazing, so Matt and I will clearly be there all the time.
As we are fit.
Yes.
Excellent! Thanks, Mike. An interesting story, as ever. Our next story is about sabbatical elections. Now, I'm sure that many of you are already aware of the outcome of these elections, but we would, nonetheless, like to extend our congratulations to the winners and our condolences to the runners-up. The results of the elections were as follows. Union President is Elizabeth Semos. Congratulations to Elizabeth on successfully being re-elected. Likewise to Nick Entwistle, Vice President for Education, who has also been re-elected for a second term.
The Vice President of Societies was Lisa Shah.
Vice President for Welfare, Malcolm Hunt.
Vice President for Sport, Chris Moffat.
A big congratulations to all 5 of you and best of luck in the coming year. On Monday the 16th of March, the University of Surrey Students' Union held their student parliament in Rubik's. Issues up for discussion were keep the guild, why the need for 20 members, and more international diversity in the union shop. We sent our very own Mike Fraser to find out more about this.
Should students be paying £5?
This £5 fee is basically terrorism to societies.
Has it delivered? I have seen for a whole year Jack and the amount of work that he has put into the guild, and there have been massive improvements in terms of societies, students' involvement with societies.
It keeps people who are actually joining society as active members rather than inactive, and you're just having numbers rather than people.
Why? It's our money. We want our money back.
Frankly, the Guild has provided us with unbelievable amounts of support, especially in terms of financing that we otherwise would not have whatsoever.
This motion resolves to continue to support the Guild of Societies. That motion clearly passes.
Is this how democracy dies, drowning in bureaucracy?
What I'm trying to say is that for once you have a quorate students' assembly, student parliament, orgy of democracy, call it what you want, and on that basis you have had students in here who have been talking, who have been debating, and instead of celebrating that fact, you are debating the fact that the name is not valid.
Rather than have the union languish and not be able to do anything and be completely ineffective, the decision was made and put through the students on a cross-campus ballot to give the exec the power in order to make these decisions.
I think that the fact that a few people are able to voice their opinions in such a way proves that that's simply untrue. I think democracy in the Students' Union is still alive and well. We had just under 2,000 people turn out and vote in the last sabbatical elections.
So I checked that the polling station would be open until 5. I was assured that it would be. At 4:45, I returned to cast my vote, only to find the polling station closed. We're told there's going to be a review of the voting, but it seems that the review will only cover the management of the elections, not its outcome.
£5 is about 1.3 pence per day over the course of the year. I don't think that's a lot of money. I think what students care about is the principle behind it. I think what students really care about, if I'm honest, is the process of signing up, which is quite lengthy and difficult. The £5 has created a lot of benefits this year. First of all, the £5 has, and this is by no means the most important thing, but this has kind of gone out of its way to do this. The £5 is important because it's allowed faith religious societies, political societies to access funding where previously, because of our charitable status, they weren't able to get funding.
£5 guild entrance fee classed as terrorism to societies. One Voice also classed the recent sabbatical elections as democracy drowning in a sea of bureaucracy. Is this democracy in action? I'm Mike Fraser reporting for M.A.D News.
Very interesting. Was it fun, Mike?
Indubitably. Our top story today is the plans of the government to lift the cap off top-up fees. Students descended on Westminster to try and stop this from happening. Matt, over to you.
Thanks, Mike. On the 18th of March, hundreds of students from across England travelled to Westminster to ask their MP to support an alternative to university top-up fees. The NUS lobby followed a new Universities UK report, which revealed Vice-Chancellors believe an average fee of around £6,500 would be needed to secure long-term funding for teaching.
The report considered lifting the cap to £5,000 to £7,000 and removing it altogether. It also considered capping student loans and encouraging students to take out private loans instead.
Former Education Secretary David Blunkett has condemned the plans to lift the cap on fees, and an early day motion tabled in the House of Commons by top-up fee rebel Paul Farrelly MP received the backing of 18 MPs just 2 days after being proposed. The motion says the forthcoming review of university and student finance must involve a broad debate about how higher education is and should be funded, and calls for NUS involvement in the review. Mr Farrelly has stated,
I oppose introducing a market system in higher education, like in the US, which many elitists want. We need to increase participation by students from poorer backgrounds, not price them out of going to university at all.
Our very own Nick Entwistle, Vice President Education, was one of the students that descended on Westminster, and as further developments arise on this story, we will be the first to inform you.
If you want to make your views heard on this story, then please email them to us at mad_tv@live.co.uk and we will make sure they are heard.
One further segment is the new Asylum Awards which MAD TV are organising. We need your funny videos. Aiming for a You've Been Framed style show, MAD TV will be presenting the Asylum Award to the funniest video of the month.
Send your clips to mad_tv@live.co.uk or drop them into the Mad Sock postbox in the Union.
That's about all we have time for tonight, but before we go, a massive congratulations to the university hockey teams. The women's first team beat London School of Economics 2-0 to win their league and gain automatic promotion. The men's second team drew 2-2 and had to wait for other results before knowing that they had also won their league. The men's first team have been top of their league for a while and have the final of their League Cup coming up. Both men's teams have to play off for promotion in their league. The hockey club has had its most successful year for a long time. Congratulations.
More success than you could shake a stick at, eh, Matt?
Absolutely. You have been watching University of Surrey Student News. He's been Mike Fraser.
And he's been Matt Goodwin.
Goodbye.
That was University News on MAD TV. If you would like to contact MAD TV, get involved with the news, or have a news story you would like us to report, then email us on mad_tv@live.co.uk.